And we're back. The snow is gone. Austin's looking good and Austin's feeling good. So tonight on the channel, I want to do something special for my brother. All of the music on this channel was made by him or me or us as our old band Leatherhand. And so I want to thank him for all of his support. Now you may have seen him on some of the videos like the Sharpen the Lawnmower video and the trip to DC. All right, so we're headed out. We got one of my brothers, Johnny Austin, famous Johnny Austin. He's going to take us there in his ride. So let's get on the plane and let's kick some. So let's do something kind of extra cool for him tonight just to warm us back into the shop and get the tools fired up. So stick around. I'm Stoner Ericson from Ericson Design Company, and let's build something. Ta-da! Sifting through my scrap wood pile, I found this 1x6 cedar. It is 1 inch thick, so I'm going to have to plane it down. I'm going to cut it down to 30 inches. I had been working on the joiner, changing the blades, and I forgot to raise it back up, so I took a big nub right out of the corner. And this is why I'm glad I cut things a little long, so I'll just raise it back up and joint one edge. Then I'll move right over to the table saw, and I'm just going to cut off and square to the edge I jointed. I'll pull the flip-top table with the planer on it out and get that set up. Now it's always a good sign when your wife comes home from work and gives you a kiss. So that'll make a good night in the shop. I'm going to plane this down to 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to use the board to push the other board through to alleviate snipe. Over to the X-Carve. We're actually going to be making a north, south, east, and west lettering. Now my brother's going to put these up on his fascia board with corresponding directions, the north side, south side, east side, and west. Using the 2P10 super glue with an activator, I'm going to glue the piece down. That way, just in case the tabs cut through, the pieces won't move around inside of the carve. He'll also use the offcuts as a stencil for some other projects around his yard. Remember that if you don't have an X-Carve, it's easy enough to just cut these letters out with a jigsaw or a handsaw, so don't be limited if you don't have an X-Carve. I'll go ahead and I'll get the carve started. I'll set up my GoPro camera, slide the enclosure closed, and let's get to carving. If you like fun and creative videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Do it, and do it now. Plus, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll totally comment back. I only have the enclosure lights on here because I'm inside eating dinner and I want to see what's going on through my baby monitor camera. I do like to go halfway through and vacuum off some of the dust and just check on the carve. The letters are coming out great. I couldn't be happier. So as it finishes up, I'm going to clear off the rest of the dust. I'm going to pull out the screws I used to hold the actual piece down. I'll then gently pry up the piece. I'll move over to the chop saw. Now I'm going to cut these stencils out so that he can use them around the rest of his house. And I just made a mark on the saw of where to bring them to, and I'll just cut them out really quickly. As for any woodworking projects, the finishing is in the details. I'm going to spend quite a bit of time sanding these, removing all the burrs, breaking all the edges, all the way down to 220. I do want the stencils to be soft to the touch, so I'm going to take my 1/4 round over router bit that's always on my table, and I'm going to route over all 4 sides of each side. That way they're really smooth and nice to the touch. Then I'll give them a light sand as well. It'll be really cool when I pack these up because they'll actually nest inside of each other, and when I give it to them as a gift, it'll look really, really cool.